Hello everyone, I'm Apollonia and welcome to my channel all about love, dating, and relationships. I'm here to guide you, lift you, and to share advice coming from a place of love, my experiences, and experiences from people I work with. In this video, I want to discuss communication. Yes, when dating and in a relationship, it's important we communicate effectively. But what's important is how we communicate. Even though you may feel like communication is the key, it's about how you communicate. Listen, communication in a relationship is just as important as trust, security, and any relationship. In this video, I want to share with you ways you should not communicate with your partner and why. A lot of these advices have come from men and women, but ladies, listen up. We all love to talk, right? So I've gotten an earful of listening how women communicate from a men's perspective. And that's why I wanted to share some of these tips with you in this video. Overly communicating and sharing too much information that does not serve anyone well. Okay, so when you're dating and trying to get to know someone, don't tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. Talk about your ex, point out your bad habits, or why your root canal was painful yesterday. This is oversharing, especially when you're dating. Also, when you're in a relationship, yes, I would only hope your partner is considered your best friend. Just be cautious of what you communicate with him or her. He does not have to know every detail of what your girlfriends or guy friends talk to you about and about every past lover you had. Speaking from ego because you're upset. So when you have a disagreement with your partner, you want to make sure you're aligned from a place of love. A lot of times I see people putting down their partners and then boost their ego in order to feel superior. So a way of doing this is name calling, belittling their actions, stating that you are better than them, and act like you're not hurt so you can keep that macho mentality. When we do this, we separate ourselves to really not pay attention to the core issue and why something may have got us upset. You slowly ruin your barrier of security and trust in a relationship. Speaking from ego not only separates you from your partner, but also makes you feel out of balance, so they quickly shell up and look at you as not being a place of security, not thinking about the other's perspective and only thinking about yours. Not putting yourself in your partner's shoes and asking yourself why they have done this and why it made you feel this way. Trying to find a solution or a resolution before confronting them. Remember, pick and choose your battles in a relationship. Being dismissive. Always saying you don't want to talk about it or it's not worth it or just shutting your partner down all the time is not the way to communicate. Overspeaking and interrupting. When you overspeak and interrupt in your partner, this is a huge no-no in any relationship. In order to attract the healthy energy, you both must communicate in a form of where it's an open conversation. You take your time and you communicate to each other of what may be working and what may not be working. You do not interrupt your partner or overspeak your partner. This is something I'm completely against because this comes down to respect. You should always respect your partner in every way possible. And by constantly overspeaking and interrupting is a sign you do not respect your partner or don't even know how. Yelling. This is when you walk away. If you get to a point you're yelling at each other in your relationship, then you need to stop. This is just disruptive behavior, and at the end of the day, your conversations are led by anger and sometimes fear. This is also a sign that both partners may feel like they're not being heard. Yelling is intolerable in a relationship. Determined to always be right. Okay. You're not in a relationship with me, myself, and I, right? So it's time to give that up. Sometimes our partners can be our most valuable teachers. And sometimes when we think we're not right is when we might be. And the times that we think we're wrong is the times that we might feel like we're right. Now, ignoring because you do not want to speak about something or talk to your partner is not a good sign either. If this happens often in your relationship, then communicating is just not happening correctly. This will leave you and your partner feeling unloved, undervalued, dismissed, not respected, and honestly probably trying to grasp onto what relationship is this if I'm just being ignored. Now, for the record, ignoring is not saying to your partner, let me think about this, then come back to you and talk to you later. This is when you always ignore complications in a relationship because you may have the wrong idea of confrontation. Lastly, getting an outside perspective to enhance your anger. Now, when we come to our friends or family for advice, it's not always safe to say they have the best advice. Reason I say this is because your friends and family naturally love you, and most of the time you ask for their advice when there's an issue, right? So where relationships end up suffering is because we constantly turn to our friends and family when something goes wrong. But when things are good, there is no reason to turn to them, right? So this creates a vision to our friends and family that there's always things going wrong in your relationship and there's nothing good. Remember to always follow your gut, and the only person that truly knows you is yourself. And don't bring others into your relationship. Your relationship is your safety zone, and be very cautious as to who you share that with. And you shouldn't really share anything else with anybody else except your partner. More often than not, you need to look within yourself and your relationship on how you feel before turning to friends and family for advice. Now, it's up to you to communicate effectively with your partner and really understand how to approach any situation that you may be feel that you're faced with. If you need some advice on how to effectively communicate in a relationship or when dating, please feel free to sign up for my one-on-one coachings, and I'll be more than happy to guide you. Relationships are your comfort zone. This is where you have to feel at home. Don't disrupt it, and if you have, work on fixing it and getting that back. Wishing you all the best. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.